People go missing. People go crazy. A lot of strange things happen before our very eyes, but we tend to glance over the unexplained and continue on with our daily routines. These peculiar abnormalities in our lives have much more depth to them than we care to admit, or rather, care to see. We as humans are concerned primarily with our own well-being. Imagine your friend loses a loved one. That unfortunate occurrence will wreak havoc on the life of your friend, but you, the individual, may feel somewhat sympathetic for your friend and soon forget about it and move on. But what if we all looked a little closer as to what's actually going on around us? What if we cared to see what was happening to those around us? Perhaps some things are better left unchecked and unknown. Perhaps ignorance is bliss. For if we were to all look more closely into our world, we would discover something horrifying. There exists a creature who terrorizes its victims until they eventually go insane and end up missing. This creature is humanoid that wears a business suit and has grotesquely long limbs and no discernible features on its face. This creature is known as the Slenderman. The Slenderman has no definitive origin, but his existence has been well documented for centuries. In the 16th century, a German artist named Hans Holbein made a carving named Der Ritter, German for the Knight. In this carving, there exists a tall, slender human who brings death to those near him. It is believed that Holbein was directly affected by Slenderman.
These are mysterious, to say the least. I know that he was spotted by a man once. There are pictures of him going far back in history. Egyptians have carvings of him on their pyramid walls. There are ancient German stories of him. But there's another theory that says that the very act of thinking about Slenderman has brought him into our world. So there's really no way of knowing how he was created.
His existence has been heavily documented recently with the power of the internet and websites for personal videos, namely YouTube. There are three main video documentations which depict people being followed by Slenderman. These are called 12 Tribes, Everyman Hybrid, and Marble Hornets, with Marble Hornets being the most prominent. The following is a video clip of Slenderman as documented in Marble Hornets. Based on clear evidence on documentation, Slenderman is believed to stalk victims from a young age, horrifying them and causing constant paranoia and severe shifts in mood and personality. Victims may seem more hostile and withdrawn with a short temper while being followed by Slenderman. The general consensus is that he has long, tentacle-like appendages and is extremely tall. His exact appearance is not always agreed upon, but it's difficult to clearly profile and depict an elusive extra-dimensional being. He puts his victims into a trance and ensnares them into the grip of his long arms, where he transports them to another dimension or otherwise. Some victims end up missing, some end up as proxies, which is when Slenderman takes your soul and forces you to do his bidding, and others, eviscerated and hung from trees with their blood hanging around them in plastic bags.
He stalks you from far away, and when you're a baby, you don't really sense his presence, but once you become a toddler, like 5 or 6 years old, you start feeling as if something is watching you, and it's just an indescribable feeling, like a weird presence around you.
I think he takes your soul, and once he captures your soul, your body turns into something called a proxy, which runs around and does his bidding and also terrorizes people.
Grabs them with his extended Mr. Fantastic-like arms and inherently steals their soul and their memory and stuff and makes them do his bidding. He only follows you. He only follows the people that he wants to follow. So for say, let's say he's following me right now, you wouldn't know about it unless, like, he could be right out that window right now, looking at me, and you wouldn't
He
see
follows them a lot, makes them crazy, and he just messes with them until finally he strikes. Some say that he feeds off of the souls of children, and he steals children.
He's
I don't
said to
know.
be so tall and slender because he would be able to peek into the second-story room where a kid would sleep and just terrify them.
In Marble Hornets, the operator sign appears extremely frequently and is depicted as a circle with an X through it.
Do you know anything about the operator symbol? The O with the X through it?
There are many theories about what it could be. Some say that it's a anti-Slenderman symbol, and people that are being followed by Slenderman write it because they're afraid of him. Others say that it's just something that comes into your head when Slenderman's after you that makes you need to write it. I don't know.
I don't know too much about it, but it usually does show up where Slenderman is. You can definitely see in like certain crazy scenarios where tons of the operator symbol will just show up, like on cars, say, in a random school parking lot. But other than that, it's just Slenderman's symbol. That's how you know.
On
where he's
Friday, June 10th, 2011, a vast majority of the cars in the Marlboro High School student parking lot were vandalized with this symbol. Some hypothesize as to who may have done this.
I think it was a bunch of hopped up teenagers thinking they're all cute and stuff.
But this doesn't explain how someone would be able to mark every car in the parking lot within 45 minutes, going completely unnoticed. We as people must look beyond simple solutions, and we must not always trust what we think is true. There are also official police records of Slenderman. The following is excerpted from the documentary Slender Suits.
On October 7th, 1989, police were conducting a search for a missing girl within Morgan County, Tennessee. A man by the name of Thomas Neely had been brought in for questioning while having it recorded for evidence. This tape has been classified for over 20 years, but has recently been released as a matter of public record. What you're about to hear may be disturbing.
Okay, we're recording now. Thomas, would you like to start from the beginning? Am I? Yes, Thomas, you're safe. Now, can you start from the beginning so that we may try to understand the events that happened?
Okay. My daughter Jessica, she'd been outside playing at a friend's house, and we only lived up the street. They actually only lived up the street. I'm sorry. It started to get dark out, and I had called her friend's parents that she needed to get home. They told me that she left over a half hour ago. Well, they're only a 5-minute walk away, so
Is this where you left the house looking for her?
Yes. We live in a wooded area, and I knew she liked playing there with friends, but going alone didn't make sense.
Okay, so what happened next?
I was calling Jessica's name, and it had been really getting dark out now. I was walking through the woods, looking and listening to anything. I remember suddenly feeling sick, like nauseous in the stomach, like I wanted to throw up. I started getting ringing in my ears. Then
Thomas?
That thing! That nightmare! Jessica's clothes. One of its hands. You do.
It's okay. Can you please describe what he looked like?
It was tall. It appeared to be wearing a suit, but there's no way it was human. There's no way. The arms are almost to the ground. I've never seen anything like it. Face.
It's okay, Thomas. You can continue.
That horrible fucking face! Just staring at me! But no, there was no face! There was no eyes! What did I see?
Thomas, please calm your...
No! No! I fucking saw you, son of a bitch! It took my Jessica! It's now coming for me! I can't sleep! I can't live! You don't know! You don't know! Oh God! Oh God!
Thomas, calm down.
Ah! It's right there!
Ease your pain.
Ah!
Hold